Hello everyone, welcome back to No Bubble Podcast, episode 134. I'm George, that's Connor, Matt's a green box.
Hello.
As
yes, he's the face there, yes.
We're here to talk everything pop culture and nerdy and stuff to distract you from the shitstorm outside. Because
that's still ongoing.
It's horrible. Over 100,000 people died of COVID in the UK. That is a failure of government.
No, that's not on.
Can we not talk politics today?
No, I just wanted to say that because we're escapism, so let's not do that. How's your week been, fellas?
I've been in isolation again.
Again?
Yeah. It's the second time I ever had to isolate.
He just doesn't learn, does he?
What makes you want to isolate? Did you just think?
I don't. To be honest,
way of asking for a holiday,
it's not something I want to do.
No, because again, I've had someone at work like sort of doing it.
No, carry on. It was
and I don't understand.
It was a visual gag.
No, it's just like I've had no one at work I work with, but I know people that are just isolating. But it just makes me. I'm okay. Touching wood, I'm fine, and there's nothing to make me think, sod it, I need to get myself tested or anything. But I don't. More and more people sort of closer to me are getting isolated, and I don't quite know why. I don't get it because I've not gone through it myself.
Yeah,
that's what I was getting at.
You isolate if you come into contact with someone that has had a positive test, and obviously where we work, like George had a positive test, and I had to isolate through that as well. It's just
we were already isolating when I tested positive, though. So
yeah,
that was.
But we had to isolate because of someone else.
Yeah.
Who tested
positive because I don't want to be liable in the future.
Exactly, I don't want to be liable now. So, but that's the basic premise to how
retail
it works.
Look after key workers. Please stop getting in people's way if they're trying to get stuff done and they're a key worker. I think we can all agree on that. Learn where everything is.
Stay away. Yes. Use the stock apps. Use your stock apps.
Get a job and then work there and then buy your shopping. No. Apart from, as you've just been working and we've not really been doing anything, should we just jump straight in with what we do? Because I don't know. I feel like Matt's just going to be really sad that he's not at work, even though he hates it.
I'm just going to be asleep by the end of this, so yeah, let's crack on.
Cool. So everything's delayed again.
Hey! Who called that? Who called that?
Probably us, because that's what we do. So, basically, a lot of the movies, like the big ones, have been confirmed like they're either not happening this year or they're pushed back to a date later this year. Because obviously, mainly the UK is still terrible with COVID, and getting it out in theatres, especially over here, is going to be a struggle. By March? End of March, beginning of April was Black Widow?
Black Widow was May, but April 2nd they were banking on for Bond. But then obviously that's like the big one. That was the first sort of big film that got pushed back. October the 8th, is it, currently? The 8th?
I think it was so
it's like October the 7th.
Yeah.
No Time to Die. Uncharted is now February 2022. Ghostbusters is now November 2021. The
Ghostbusters one just keep getting delayed. I don't want to see it.
A Quiet Place 2 is now fall of 2021, like September, yeah. So a lot of the big movies basically were just like, we're going to bite the bullet because we're not going to come out. So it looks like we might get a bit of a thin media outlet until the summer/autumn.
Yeah, until hopefully, exactly. Like we hope.
Yeah,
we hope.
Best case scenario, isn't it? Yeah. Do you think they're right to do this?
Yeah.
Yes. Ultimately, yes. Yeah.
So the good.
Because I mean, I know as much as we all look forward to 2021, we're all like, yeah, it's the year, woohoo. If we're 26 days into the year, and what exactly has changed? Like, apart from WandaVision, it still very much is 2020. It's Groundhog Day 2.0. It's just, nothing's changed.
If anyone was saying it was going to be better in 2021, I just want to let you know you're stupid. Like, it was, especially here in the UK, it was never going to change, was it?
Oh, never.
No.
So yeah, it's a good decision.
If you think the number at the end of the year changing sort of fixes everything, then wow, you're a very special kind of human being. But yeah, because it's mainly everything that happened this time last year that has led us to sort of be in this position now, because the failure to act when it was starting to get big and starting to come over here, like airplanes are still bringing people over. I know we're not going to talk politics, but let's just talk science for a minute. Like, you're in lockdown, but you're still letting flights arrive from other countries that have it. Where's the logic in that? There's obviously also the main thing I'm worried about is the industry itself, like the smaller companies, not so much the big like movie studios, 'cause, you know, they'll be alright because they either have their own streaming service, or like they have a way of distributing it like other means, or just releasing it straight to like on physical media and stuff like that. And the actors and the people that work, like the filming, the camera operators, the producers, like all those kind of people that they depend on a job every 3 or 4 months to get them through the year. They're struggling a lot now.
Yes.
And that's, you know, I wish, like, as much as, you know, it's key workers and everyone doing that, it should be all these people make the stuff that, because they make the stuff that keeps us from being bored. Like, they're making games, music, art, books, TV.
The media, the entertainment, yeah. Without entertainment, then, you know.
We needed better support for that at the beginning, especially because most of them are freelance and a lot of them didn't get any help from the government because they didn't earn enough. And I think that's going to be the main, like, because we're going to get these movies in one form or another, be it the end of this year, be it next year, like, we'll get to see it, but it's whether those people and those companies can get through this financially. Like the same with the cinemas, like the cinemas aren't getting any help, and they rely on the snacks, really. The sale of the snacks gets them free because they only get a small percentage of ticket sales, don't they? Because of the studios, and that gets worse and worse each year, and especially with streaming. So the industry, I hope, survives because it's
the trade's got to live on.
It will be for the right things, which I see.
Can apply it to all like type of businesses as well. Like the longer this goes on, all the big businesses are going to be fine. It's the everyone else. It's the local businesses. It's the people that make a product that aren't exactly employed by someone. It's
That's going to go out the window.
Yeah,
going to go out the window.
Because, like, you know, people will be like, "Oh, well, we're not getting this movie." It's like, that's not the worst thing to happen to you this year.
Just wait a little bit longer. Wait an extra 6 months. You'll get the film then. It's not. It's not the end of the world, is it?
Unless it's Wonder Woman 84. Apparently, that is not good. And a review I heard on it on Big Down is not kind. In some
well, it's a Wonder Woman film. What do you expect from it?
It's not kind. What do you mean by it's not kind?
Because
it's a naughty movie.
A lot of the things they say about it, and in terms of the story, is like, apart from Pedro Pascal being amazing, which we already knew, it's a bit boring.
I like every other DC film, so...
Apart from Shazam, Birds of Prey, and 1/3 of Aquaman.
No, 2.
1/3.
From what I remember.
Well, Aquaman is 3 movies. If you pick one of the movies that it does, then it's good.
Yeah. If you're in the mood for a bit of horror, then you go to The Trench. If you're in a bit of rom-com, you watch the beginning. And if you want just action and insane superhero shit, you watch the end.
If you want action and an insane superhero movie, you watch something else.
All that, if you watch everyone. Avengers.
Or you listen to,
competition,
listen to the vinyl of the Suicide Squad soundtrack. But don't watch the movie.
That was it. That was the only good thing about the film.
Yeah, the soundtrack, but on its own, not within the movie itself.
Yes.
And they saw Guardians, they went, we want to do this, but shitter.
And the first half hour of Superman. Man of Steel.
No, none of it.
And the last 20 minutes of the theatrical cut of Justice League, when Superman is actually Superman. Like when he smiles.
I don't remember that movie. I don't remember that movie.
No,
Just
I've tried
someone's
to
neck.
it because it's like Avengers, but shit. Yes, so movies are delayed, they'll come out, stuff will happen, but something that is coming out, hopefully, because it's on a streaming service, but just not one we have over here. Godzilla vs. Kong, we got a trailer for on Sunday.
Woo! Yay! And can I just say that the world explodes over a trailer, but something I don't care about until last night. Everything on my Poxy phone, whether it was Twitter, Facebook, just Google News, like Apple News, everything was about that Poxy movie. Like my whole phone just was that movie and nothing. YouTube was just the Poxy film. Why? I don't care. But then last night I watched 2014 Godzilla.
For the first time.
First time I ever did see Godzilla. Look, I really liked the movie. I pretty much did love it. It's not like a perfect 10 out of 10 movie, but I loved it. And yes, he's not in it. He's not in it, but he was sick when he was.
Have you seen Godzilla King of the Monsters?
Not yet, no. I'm going to do Kong, Skull Island, and then I'm going to sing that after.
Skull Island's okay, but mainly because of Tom Hiddleston, Sam Jackson, and Brie Larson.
Yeah.
Like, apart from that, it's a bit like, this is a King Kong movie, but we don't care. But it's purely just setting it up for later. But honestly, I saw Godzilla King of the Monsters. I think it was with Connor, not you. I think.
Yeah, not me.
You were working on something. I went with him. I wish I'd seen it in 4DX because I feel like that would have been a Jurassic. Remember Jurassic World, Fallen Kingdom, Matt?
I'm having
like it was going to be one of them. Like it would have just been perfect for 4DX. And honestly, it's big, it's loud, it's stupid. You think there's not enough Godzilla in the 2014 movie King of the Monsters? He's in it like literally the whole time. Like Mothra, King Ghidorah, the other one. Like they're all in it, and it is just big, fun, stupid monster fight. And it's like, yes, I want Godzilla vs Kong. I want it on 4K, and I'm probably going to buy it on payday now because I need to watch it again.
Yeah. No, I've heard it's disappointing though. The King of the Monsters. I've just heard people
turn your brain off and watch it. It's fucking amazing.
No.
Big CGI monster fight coming up.
Right.
Oh, it's one of those where it's just like not that great, but it's just fun to watch type of thing.
It is a fucking... Oh my god, I want to watch it again. It's so good. When you're just like, I know this isn't going to do anything for anyone story-wise, but in terms of a shared universe that's built towards a big fucking fight, I am here for it. Oh god.
Well, I mean, after watching the first film in the universe, I'm already here for whatever happens. Whether it's Kong, Godzilla, King of Monsters, and then Godzilla vs Kong. I will be watching that film now. It's basically what I'm trying to get at. Because whereas if you asked me 2 days ago, why is the world going on about it? It feels like as if it's going to be like an Endgame movie for 2021.
I think
like it's Avengers Endgame
in terms of big stupid monster fights, they're going to be. Yeah. I don't think you're going to have much more fun than Kong versus Godzilla.
Yeah.
Also,
but I didn't know they were linked. Like, even looking at the old films, I didn't know they were all linked, really. All together, rather.
Everything has to be linked now, Connor, don't you know that?
It's all connected.
Well, yeah, it's 2021, for Christ's sake. I mean, if I didn't learn that lesson by now, then where have I been? Yeah, exactly. No, everything's got to be linked.
You will love it, and it's just... And also, they make a point in Kong Skull Island, like, it's not called King Kong because he hasn't earned the title of king, because Godzilla becomes king of all the monsters in King of the Monsters. So then, essentially, what they're implying is to become King Kong, you have to beat Godzilla. But the trailer looks fun, and me, I'm here for it.
Is that your prediction, then? Do you think Kong will win, and then he'll become King Kong at the end?
Kong won't become King Kong until he beats Godzilla and becomes the apex predator of the giant animals. Because they assert a dominance in the animals. Like, they have a hierarchy in King of the Monsters. Like, Ghidorah's at the top. Like, they call it King Ghidorah. Because, like, they all, like, subvert to him. But then once... Spoiler alert, Godzilla fucking blows one of their heads off. Then... it's different. And Charles Dance is evil in it, and he's great. And he steals one of King Ghidorah's heads, and he's probably going to make Mecha Ghidorah. Which is why people thought they saw Mecha Godzilla in the trailer, and I am so fucking here for Mecha Godzilla versus normal Godzilla versus Mecha King Kong.
So, like, the thing is, I watched the 2014 Godzilla, and I have no interest in it.
I feel like
just know.
Do you know what it felt like, Matt? It felt like it was trying to do a Dark Knight, a Man of Steel, a Dread reboot. Not Dread, fucking RoboCop reboot. Because Dread
No, Dread. Dread what you were on about.
Yeah, I meant RoboCop like that. It was trying to be like, let's reboot it for this audience, but take ourselves a bit too seriously when it's about a giant fucking
lizard man
fucking fires around its face.
It just like the thing is the only good thing about that film was like the last 10 minutes.
And the fact that they saw Aaron Taylor Johnson and Elizabeth Olsen and said they should be Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver.
But we'll kill one of them straight away.
Speaking of Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch.
Yeah, that was very well done.
Matt, are you keeping up with WandaVision?
Please.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
have you actually?
Good. Okay.
I have watched some of it.
You have or haven't?
Have.
You're good. Episode 3.
Okay, how did episode 3 end? How did it end? Non-spoiler, Matt, but how did episode 3 end? I'm just testing you. How did it end?
I haven't done episode 3 yet.
I
haven't got to episode 3.
Spoilers abound for episode 3 of WandaVision. What did you think of 1 and 2?
Shut up. Leave me alone.
What did you think of episode 1 and 2?
It's alright. It's not...
Like,
the thing is, I think there's better shows out there, but, I mean, it's the start of a show. It's not bad.
Nope.
I think episode 2 is far better than 1.
Yes. But I like how 1 was just like, you think you know what's coming, but we're just going to fuck around for a bit. And it's like, oh no, there was something important happening.
You really don't know.
So I haven't watched episode 3 yet, but if that's the trend of episode 3 is going to be better than 2...
Yeah, I think we're going to get...
I think it will be... It's the makings of a very good show.
So but if you want... Matt, mute us if you don't want to hear any of it. But like in terms of like just last spoiler-free bits, like I feel like we're just going to get, like we did with episode 3, Connor, if you agree, a bit more of the puzzle each time. And a bit sort of like, I thought it was going this way, but because we found out this, then I feel like it's something different. And by the time we get to episode 9, I think it's going to be partly what we expected, but also some of it's going to not happen the way we think it is.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. It is going to end on somewhat of a conundrum / cliffhanger thing. And it probably, the final image will be Wanda...
Is that what they're going to end on?
Yeah, Jimmy Carr's in it. Not Jimmy Woo.
Jimmy Carr. The final thing will be Wanda / Vision, maybe, will return in Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. It'll be one of those type of ending.
I really hope that Vision's dead, though, and it's all in her head.
Episode 3 painted that, I think. That's what I'll say, Matt.
I feel like it could go both ways, and I'm happy whichever way it's going to go. But
it totally could be both ways. Yeah, it totally can still be.
I agree with George. I think that Vision is actually dead.
Yeah. Do you think?
I think it's all like in the Soul Stone or whatever.
Yeah,
so
that's where it comes from.
Yeah.
But then they both get their powers from there, and someone pointed out like their romance is like it's believable in the movies. It doesn't feel forced because they are both connected through the stone. They both got their powers through that stone.
Yeah,
they're the only two people that could connect on that kind of level.
So I think I don't know. I don't know if there will be like a link into anything bigger.
Well, we know that this leads into this.
I haven't watched episode 3 yet, so
this and Loki lead into Doctor Strange. And Doctor Strange. Apparently, the multiverse will occur before. Everything will be dealt with in the multiverse before Doctor Strange and after Doctor Strange. So it's not just going to be the 3 things that we know it is. It may implicate the wider MCU, which is great to know.
Basically, in other words, Doctor Strange is going to be the movie where there will be ripples throughout the whole franchise, whether we're in phase 25 or whether we're in phase 55. We'll get like that movie, and then everything else will be because of that movie.
So that means
like the Genesis of the Daleks.
Doctor Strange.
It'll be Genesis of the Daleks, but for Marvel. It'll be like that one film that people will look back on and think, this is where it all changed. Possibly.
I understand entirely what you're saying.
Yeah, exactly. Episode 3. What
Hello.
happened?
Yeah, I'm just gonna mute.
Or should I just tell him what happens?
Matt,
I'm gonna mute.
Oh, you're actually
Matt,
you're
when I
actually
give the
muted.
thumbs up, we're done.
Yeah, okay.
Right, mate.
I'm gonna mute for a second.
Alright, so in case you're not, Matt, Vision's dead. No. So what happened in episode 3? Well, we're in colour. It's the 70s. We don't know what was the show that they referenced this time. I can't remember the name on the top of my head, but the intro was reminiscent of whatever sitcom it was from the 70s. I can't think of what. I don't know.
I love how it's a different intro each time.
Yeah, exactly. It's one of the highlights. Even episode 4, which I'm assuming is the 80s. I just want to know what the 80s will be like.
I reckon the
how
80s
funky it will
like,
be.
sort of akin to like Roseanne and stuff like that. And then we'll go into like a Friends era, and then your classic early 2000s like King of Queens, fucking Everybody Loves Raymond's like the King of Queens sort of feel
type thing, yeah.
And stuff like that, and then go into the present, and then so 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s, 2010s, 2020. So when's episode?
So do you think we'll get? So you think we're going to get 8 episodes of a sitcom of each decade, and episode 9 is going to be like the finale?
A 2-part-ish finale. Like that's when she's going to come out of it, and
right.
Then we're going to be like, she'll do it, figure it out, and then it'll either be 2 episodes of like the first one will be like figuring it out, and the second one will be like dealing with the threat at large, and then one leads her to Doctor Strange Multiverse Madness.
Okay. I feel like possibly the 2-parter could occur at Halloween, because I'm only basing that off. We see them dress up in their classic gear. We know that's coming. Spoiler alert for the people who didn't watch the trailer. Where have you been? But there's a shot of Vision wearing the Halloween costume disintegrating. He actually is Vision, but then we also see him flying in the sky.
Yeah, I think maybe around the 90s we'll start getting into because something.
The mystery, yeah.
Do you feel like something keeps resetting the universe, whether it's Wanda or an outside force? Like if it's Wanda, I feel like she's doing it to try and find the perfect life. Like she changes a bit each time. Like end of episode 1, they've got wedding rings. End of episode 2, then she's pregnant. So then episode 3, like we're gonna have like the kids grow up, and we're trying to find her perfect life and Vision, whether it's in her head being forced upon her or down to herself. But we know it's definitely.
Well, that's the thing, because we know. Well, that's the thing, because of this episode, knowing that her powers go subconsciously, as we know from this episode, with her being suddenly pregnant all of a sudden. Then I was expecting them much later this season. I wasn't expecting episode 3 to be the babies. So straight away.
Yeah. We got Matt, why have you unmuted it?
I was gonna say, like, why are you chatting?
I just unmuted it just then, but I've just been sitting there going,
So
Alright.
So we got Wiccan and Speed, technically.
Yeah. But will they survive? Let's make a prediction now. Will they survive? Or will they just be a team?
I'd love if they weren't actually in our head, but if this is... Because I feel like the MCU does so well, they pick the characters they know are going to work and they use them. Like, you're going to have your main villains of your heroes, whether it be singular or as the Avengers. But some characters get condensed into others.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, totally, yeah.
Whether they'll I think they'll use, especially a show like this and then going into Multiverse of Madness, to show characters that you might not... Because there's so many characters that, even in like, reference like the Lego games, like there's so many characters in there, but you know that you can't really interact with all of them. Like,
no, exactly, no.
So if we get
100%,
if this is our reference of Wiccan and Speed, like if this is all we get of them, then I'm fine with that.
For now. Yeah, totally, yeah. Yeah, I don't want these next 3 phases, or say the next decade of films to be, so we got to set up a new, somewhat Avengers team, because we don't really know who the leader is. Then we got to get the Young Avengers involved. Then we got to get the X-Men. Then we got to get Fantastic Four. I don't want all this in the next 10-ish years-ish.
Well,
I don't know. Maybe by the next
year. You know that. That team. That's not going to rotate out like it did in the comics, necessarily.
No.
But
I just want them to all have their moment, and when they all come in, like if it's like film after film, bang, 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 they all bring them at once, or gradually over a decade or something. I want them to be like big moments and like key events.
Do you think so?
I feel like.
Sorry.
Yeah. No, I was just going to say, I feel like as much as I would love Vicken and Speed to be exposed, I feel like there's a huge gap in the audience, whether or not they're actually bothering watching these Disney Plus shows and they're just purely going by the films. They're not going to know the Young Avengers maybe just yet.
Yeah,
just yet.
But I feel like there's such a fuss made about them by Feige, by Disney putting a lot of money into it, clearly, that unlike the Netflix ones or like Cloak and Dagger, Agents of S.W.O.R.D, Agent Carter,
these will matter. These will matter.
The overarching thing, like everyone's going to watch these Disney Plus shows because they've gone with the heavy hitters first. So like Wonder, and the fact that that it leads into the movies, and some are going to be their origin stories to get them in the films. So like your Lokis and your Falcon Winter Soldiers and your WandaVisions leading on them story threads are going to be the thing that makes you think, well, I really enjoyed them because I love the movies. I'll stick around for Moon Knight, She-Hulk, and
Yeah.
Would you want Wiccan and to go into Young Avengers from this? Would you be alright with that?
No, I wouldn't be against it. Oh no, I personally wouldn't be against it. I don't know particularly these characters too well, but I would love to just get anything like adapted, because I think these characters are more in the animated shows, the Avengers Academy shows, and all this stuff. But in terms of live action, and actually seeing an actor in a CGI suit or a body paint image, it will be something to look at. And I think, like anything in live action will be a sight to see, however gradual it will be, or we get it next week. I'm here for it. For it.
And so Wiccan and Speed are basically they're twins, Tommy and Billy, which is like a nice thing with their names. Like if it's a boy, we'll call him Tommy. No, we'll call him Billy, and then they have twin boys, so they call them both. But they get separated. Like in the comics, spoilers, they get separated at birth, and they're adopted by other people. But it's only later they discover that they were the children of Vision and Wanda, and that they reunite with each other. And one of them...
just for my sake, who are they adopted by? Is it one of them green?
No, you're thinking of Hulkling.
One of them's green. Right, okay. No, okay.
Green. Speed's costume is green.
Right, okay.
Grey goggles akin to Quicksilver. And Wiccan is... His power set is based off of Scarlet Witches. So that's how you go. Two kind of people.
Right. Okay.
Wiccan is in a relationship with Hulkling, who's like a descendant of
yes,
a Hulk.
Not of the Hulk. Yeah, Hulkling. Yeah, makes sense.
Like a descendant of that. So obviously both males. That's quite representative. So that's do that if you want to represent them.
Yeah, exactly. That'll be the plan without a doubt. Whenever that will happen, Phase 8, maybe Phase 8.
But I like where this is going. I like Tiona Paris was in it again. She wasn't in episode 1, but she was in episode 2 and 3. We know she's playing Monica Rambeau, but she doesn't know that.
No, well, she doesn't know. But part of me did think to begin with she's just doing the undercover spiel very well. But then I think it's partly Wanda's magic, or whoever's manipulating this whole show. Like, she is Geraldine for now. She's just an inhabitant of the town. But then, obviously, when they have their moment, their key scene, she then became Monica in that moment, and she then realised that, I'm in the MCU. I know a lot more than I'm supposed to. I work for S.W.O.R.D.
For the references, we definitely will. So the whole episode is her pregnancy, whether it's in her head or formed by the reality around her, is rapidly increasing. Like Vision works it out
every 3 minutes. Every 3 minutes.
And they're due by Friday, but then I didn't realise between milestones it would get considerably shorter or whatever, and then their doctor's going away on holiday with the wife, so he has to run and get her, and she gives birth to twin boys. That's basically the episode.
But then that line that the doctor says about, I won't be able to, basically he says he won't be able to leave because this is a hard town to escape from. That line had weight to it, and it was just ooh. What did you... And okay, I'm refusing to call him Vision. To me, he's Detective Bettany, because I feel like he was a proper detective in this episode. He knows what's happening.
Mm.
And like as we see as well, Paul Bettany, the wonderful actor who should get nominated for BAFTA or something. He's brilliant in this. Both of them are, to be fair. Paul Bettany has a chat with Wanda, but then I've honestly thought there was a glitch on my TV where it kind of jumped forward and we missed an important line of dialogue. But then it was very intentional and it was very sort of subtly done.
Mm.
We don't see the same rewind effects from episode 2. Like, it was just very like, oh shit, what was that? And then it obviously undoes itself.
Yeah. That was great.
But like the fact that he didn't rewind, it was like, Jesus Christ, what happened to my TV? I was like, what?
What's the ongoing bit that we kind of get a thing of this isn't everything it seems, even though we know that? So what did you like the bits with the neighbours by the wall? And then the eventual...
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I'm totally cutting my plants. Yeah, that was weird. That was weird. And then, or is it Catherine Hahn, Agnes, Agatha, whatever you want to call her.
Mm-hmm.
She's a smart cookie. She definitely, like, knows the game. She knows what's going on as well.
Is she
She's sus from the start.
World, or is she in it to keep an eye on them?
No, she's got her own malevolent scheme that we probably won't know, well, basically until the end.
Yeah,
part of me does think, my theory about Agnes, she met Wanda during the 5-year gap between Infinity War and Endgame, and basically sort of teased her the idea of, I can bring Vision back, I can train you to really use your powers and become like the Avenger that you're meant to be in all this malarkey. And once Scarlet sort of blows her off and then I don't know. If we knew Vision was going to be in Doctor Strange, then this would definitely be a prequel. This obviously wouldn't matter as much as it does because we know Vision would live. And I think it is a good thing for the show's sake that we don't know what's going to go on with Vision. Because whether he does live or doesn't, or whether this is going to be a Titanic love story of just having to move on from him, or she is going to do everything in her power, like the Doctor and Rose, but opposite gender reversal. Like, Rose is going to save the Doctor this time. We don't know what dynamic this is going to be, and this is what is really going to keep me going week to week. It is, and they reckon that episode 4 is going to be another shift, like another mental episode.
Yeah. Like
Paul Bettany or Elizabeth Wilson kept saying, like in articles online. So I don't think we're honestly going to get a dud episode, unless the Halloween turns out to be a real nothing episode. I can't see the show having a weak episode. I really can't. Because I thought this episode was going to be a nothing episode, to be like being honest.
But everything happened.
And it's just in the first 5 minutes, it's just like, Jesus Christ, I can't keep my eyes off the screen. Like, nothing's done that for me for months.
Yeah.
It really is something we're not going to get for a while. Whether it's just Marvel or anything, I feel. I don't know. No, it's honestly like perfect television for us. It's just, it's mad.
I get you, man, I get you. And we got, we had, Geraldine mentioned Ultron because she was talking about her brother. He was killed by Ultron, and then she's like, "What did you say?" And it's almost like a glitch in the system. Whether that's her real mind getting through to her, or whether it's Wanda actually remembering that and it's coming out in this person, whether they're real or not. And it's wicked.
But she also had a Sokovian accent. She had her accent.
Slightly, yeah.
Slightly. I've read that she had her accent back. Yeah. It was like, ooh, MCU mode.
Did you watch to the end and see what Disney Plus recommended you watch after? Age of
Ultron. It's like,
brilliant.
But it's like a hint. Are we going to get Quicksilver again? Are we going to get Quicksilver again? Yes. Okay.
That's the thing. Yeah. Basically, because they talked about it that's a possibility because we knew that Evan Peters was possibly involved and Aaron Taylor Johnson. So whether that comes to fruition later on, I'd like to see. I'd like to see that loose of Quicksilver wrapped up in some way.
He definitely got mentioned a bit more than I thought he would, so I don't know. Yeah, once, because obviously Matt would have known if he watched it,
That's once too much.
Yeah.
Well, to some it might be.
If we get Evan Peters and Aaron Taylor Johnson, then we get a sort of closure on both those characters. That'd be nice.
Ooh.
But it's possible. Just like Feige said that all the defenders, like Daredevil and that, are on the board and they're ready in some capacity.
They're canon.
Do you think Charlie Cox actually filmed for Spider-Man 3? Because we know that rumour come out the other day that he was done.
If you're watching Charlie, you better be in that movie. If it's like 2 minutes, 30 seconds, you'll make my film. You'll make my film. If that honestly happens, that would be the film for me. Even if the rest of the film is utter garbage and we get Spider-Man 3 again, like the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man 3, which is kind of slated for areas. No, Charlie Cox, you'd make my film. If he appears, that would make my film.
That would be sick.
No, please. That would be something to see. Midnight release, hopefully.
I would say your standards are set quite low. That's what makes the film.
You love Charlie.
Look, I'm an English guy.
What are you moaning about?
Exactly. Come on.
Yeah, but like,
Matt, for all we know, you could be Daredevil, and I wouldn't be. And no offense, Matt, we can't see you, so I don't care. I'm talking to a green face. I wouldn't be happy if you were on my screen. I want Charlie. What have you done with Charlie? What have you done with Charlie?
in my basement.
Lovely. Before he says anything.
Wait, what? Confirmed.
Did you know Anthony
Confirmed.
Mackie, who portrays the Falcon, originally auditioned for Rhodey in Iron Man 1?
Yeah, that was
That's quite funny.
So either way, he would
A
have
good
been one of
what
the
if?
Avengers' best friends.
I know he would have had a career. He would have had a career.
I stand
Yeah, I
by
mean,
about Falcon. I like him best in Winter Soldier. Because he's useful.
He is.
Then he becomes a
On
Captain
your left.
America arselick from the end of Avengers Endgame onwards. End of Age of Ultron onwards.
But this is going to be. But this is going to be the show that will hopefully get that image out your head. And,
I'll enjoy seeing
obviously.
Bucky more dealing with now he's on his own in the futuristic world without his best friend, and he's also been a horrible man. And we get proper Baron Zemo. Bit of DC stuff quick. There's only one thing. The Suicide Squad doesn't feel like a sequel at all, according to returning star Joel Kinnaman. Now, Joel Kinnaman is Rick Flag in. Who is it? Is it the David Ayer that does Suicide Squad 2016?
Yeah, David Ayer,
He's one of 4 returning in
3 or 4.
Suicide
Yeah,
Squad.
so Joel Kinnaman, Margot Robbie, Viola Davis, King Shark, and who's the other one? Who's the other one?
Jai Courtney. The best.
Yes,
the best
Boomerang,
Jai
of
Courtney's
course.
done, which is
Yes.
Captain Boomerang.
Boomerang.
I like that. I'm alright if it sort of goes like, yeah, these are the same characters, but we're doing them a slightly different way. So their backstory, like how they got there, is the same-ish, but what they are now is completely different to 2016 because that was shit.
Well, even just by looking at the photos and like the initial look, they do look. They don't even look identical.
No.
They're completely different, just by looks. More comic accurate as anything. Probably the most accurate, arguably some of the most accurate sort of comic depictions on the big screen, possibly.
Probably
when the movie actually.
accurate movie.
Yeah. Oh yeah, unlike the other one.
Exactly.
But the question is, will the game be accurate to a comic? 2022, I think. They killed the Justice League. Yeah, it did look a bit weird.
And also, they're doing a Harry Potter live-action TV series is in early development at HBO. Stop giving J.K. Rowling money. Stop giving J.K. money. Is all I have to say.
Oh, is she actually involved with it?
Anything they make Harry Potter wise, she's going to get money off it.
She's going to get some income. She's going to get income, yeah.
Not that she needs it, because she has horrible views and should stop saying that she's positive. Like, fucking Lawrence Fox thinks he's an amazing guy, but he's also incredibly racist and a horrible man. But anyway, let's not talk politics or anything horrible. Also, it's really
the only Harry Potter thing I want to see is the Hogwarts Legacy game, and that's it.
Yeah,
it's the only Harry Potter.
That's been delayed, hasn't it, by another year, isn't it? That game? It's been delayed as well, hasn't it?
But, like, the thing is, we're in the middle of a pandemic. Everything's getting delayed. I'm not surprised. I don't care. I can wait.
No. Yeah, gaming's not the same. I can wait more for games than movies. If a movie was meant to be out like 3 times ago and it's still being delayed for the 10th time, like I'm kind of like, I want my movie. A game I can wait for.
Yeah.
Films, I'd be like, no, we need it now. Otherwise, we won't care by the time it comes out in the next 3 years. We won't care ever.
It depends what film it is. Depends on what film it is.
No, it does. No, obviously it does. What it does, but he will definitely lose. Oh yeah, that's going to be the hottest thing.
Delay that for about another 5 years. I'll be happy. I'll be fine.
Also, with the Harry Potter thing,
I'll be more angry because I've just got into the boxing thing.
Yeah. They're doing. Well, I've got a Game of Thrones prequel about the Tales of Duncan Egg. So I'm guessing Duncan
and his egg.
Duncan the Tall Aegon Targaryen. I believe that's the throwaway names that they say in Game of Thrones.
Duncan Targaryen.
No, Duncan the Tall and
okay.
Aegon Targaryen. Like OG Aegon.
Oh, right, okay. Duncan the Tall.
I thought you said Duncan and his eggs. I was like, what?
Duncan and the eggs!
Called Duncan.
Duncan and the eggs.
Oh, Duncan and egg! Have you seen it yet? Oh, well, Game of Thrones is shit. Duncan and his eggs. And Chris Evans rumoured to return as Captain America to fight Wolverine. Have him as a mini-series with the Stones, but like we said before, it could also just be, actually confirmed for What If, Old Man Steve in Falcon Winter Soldier, WandaVision or Loki as a sort of illusion. Or he's in Moon Knight as King Shark.
Or he could be in anything. Yeah, he could be in anything.
I'll take it back if we can get Hugh Jackman back as Wolverine.
Yeah, that, yes. All day long.
If
we get one alternate universe thing, and it's that, then I don't care how shit Spider-Man 3 is.
Yeah, I'll be fine.
Yeah.
Spider-Man, Goblin and fucking Shocker. Like,
did you just say
Carnage in order to see fucking Hugh Jackman fight Chris Evans? Maybe just in real life, we just film them punching each other in the face.
Yeah, real life.
Oh, if you're filming them in real life, Ryan Reynolds is somehow going to make it down there and fight the both.
Oh no, because they're mates. Yeah, he's mates with Hugh Jackman.
Look at this, your two favourite longest-serving characters. Yeah, but that's that. Who says we're not classy? Yeah, that was a thing that happened. Was this episode? I enjoyed it. What say you?
What say you?
Matt, please watch episode 3 of thing. Did you guys watch behind the scenes on Mandalorian season 2? It's only one episode.
Yes.
Yeah, I thought there was going to be a lot more.
I thought it was going to be like a thing again, but I think maybe COVID kind of fucked that.
Season.
Yeah, I was going to say, are we sure there's still not going to be more episodes and it's just a case of...
If it came out Christmas Day and there's not been any out for ages, then...
No, it's been like a month, so I don't...
Longer.
Yeah, it's annoying, because
It was essentially like a mini-movie about behind the scenes.
I must have started it, but I didn't finish it. I think I started it and didn't finish it.
I'd like...
Because I thought we were getting
more like the bits they did, but obviously you can't do the technology ones again and stuff like that, because the only things you can elaborate on is the new episodes, and like with the new directors that have come on board, the new writers, and sort of the new characters and the direction it's gone. Because you can't get the same 8 or 9 episodes out.
No.
Again with another season, so I kind of get it. It makes me.
Only thing you can talk about is maybe going from. You maybe go from 4K cameras to 8K cameras, but spoiler alert, you won't be seeing 8K till the next 5 years. So, what will be the point?
And even then, it'll be sold out of us. Because you're never getting a PS5.
What will be the point?
Even if you put it in your basket on Amazon and changing your delivery address fucks you up and your fucking sells out. Bollocks.
Or you're on the Argos website and you're literally in the checkout and then the site crashes and then you refresh and then it's like, oh, it's sold out. It's like, oh, is it?
Did you do it at 3 AM this morning?
Huh?
There was a restock at 3 o'clock this morning.
Oh, I was asleep at 3 o'clock this morning. Yeah.
Oh, fair enough. But what did you think about not getting a PS5? I don't really have an outlook.
This is the worst video game I've ever bloody played trying to get a PS5.
It is. But hopefully we're going to start streaming next month. Fingers crossed.
Yeah, let me buy a PS5 first. Give me another 4 months. I might.
No, we're going to get
one in my basket again.
No,
you can just say 5 PS5.
Sit outside Connor's window while he plays Cyberpunk in 4K. We'll just be like,
No,
Connor's like
8K,
literally
right?
on stream, and then he just turns around and points the camera at us every like 20 minutes, just like, yeah, they're still watching.
Hello. This is Pasty Street.
Like an old
My
Motorola
street.
flip phone and record it from that as well.
Yeah.
Upload it to YouTube.
I'll
It's
fax it to
shitty
him.
quality.
Well, fax it, see, we're gonna make you a star, kid. See. But this has been.
From my dial-up internet doesn't allow that.
This has been episode 134 of No Bomb Podcast. Thank you everyone for listening and watching. Thank you as always to Connor and Matt, my knights in shining armour, for coming and helping me. And as always, like, comment, subscribe, and share if you haven't done already. We're nearly at 200.
Keep the momentum going. Keep the momentum going. However it's happened, whether we sold out.
Then we were 11 away, and now we're 9 away.
And when this goes up, we might be about 2 away. Who knows?
Who knows? But Matt's doing a nice video about
Oh,
Soul.
exactly. Who knows? We don't.
Huh? I'm doing what?
You're doing your video about Soul.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
I got to record that
Yeah. It's
later.
gonna be, and
Oh.
he was doing an angry rant about Mulan and the government, and then he thought, I'll just say something really nice about Soul.
Because I watched Soul and best Pixar film in a long
It is.
time.
I left you a joke in your intro to say a joke about Mulan. I left you a gap there, so
Okay.
because I know you're gonna.
Might just have a mini rant before I get to Soul. Someone clicks on the Soul review. Why is he talking about Mulan?
Matt, how much of a rating am I missing out from Mulan out of 1 to 10? Because I still haven't seen Mulan just yet.
I
Like,
still won't watch it.
is it an urge? Do I need to watch it? Just stay away from it.
It depends. Do you want to watch it out of pure morbid curiosity? Because that's the only reason I watched
No,
it.
I'm going to watch the video first, then I'll be curious, and then I'll go from there.
Video is never coming out, I'm telling you.
Oh, okay then. Well, maybe I'll delay it for the next 10 years.
If we hit,
I'll
if
watch
we
all
hit
three
500, if we hit 500 subscribers, Matt will release the Mulan video.
Yes, come on, do it. Come on.
If I can give you negative numbers on how, out of 0 to 10, for the live action Mulan film, it's probably a negative 666. So,
Right,
just like the lead
If
actor
you
for
want to get
Mulan,
in
she was.
contact with us throughout the week, you can send an email for us to read out. Please do, because there's more of you now, and it'd be really nice. You can send your emails to...
the nerdbiblecontact@gmail.com, and George's fingers are frozen.
I was
George was
pointing
pointing.
at Connor. And Matt,
No, you were pointing. Wait.
what's our Twitter handle and Facebook and Instagram handle they can follow if they want more stuff about us?
Oh, it's that pasty shoot, boy.
Yeah. Thanks for all the influx of new people. It really does mean a lot. We hope to see more of you and do some more things very soon. But until then, we'll see you next week for the same thing. This is when Connor says his bit about being tasty.
Yeah, Connor, for fuck's sake, man.
stay
You have
faithful.
one job.
I didn't understand anything you just said, but yeah, stay pasty. Yeah, there you go, end the video.